Candace Jordan is a local columnist and a blogger who has her pulse on all things Chicago. Her goal is to help raise awareness for as many charities as possible.
But the road to where she ended up today started in a small Illinois town and led her to the cover of Playboy magazine 9 different times. And as Sylvia Perez reports, she is gracing the magazine's pages 30 years later.
She's written Candid Candace for the Chicago Tribune for 9 years and started blogging 11 years ago. For Chicago and Candace Jordan, it's all about philanthropy.
We're at Wrigley Field for Woody's Wiffle for a Diffle.
Trying to help spread the message about charities and worthy causes.
I want to cover every single one, big or small, because everybody does something that's good, equally good, even though they might not have the coverage.
But before she became Candid Candace, she was Candy Collins, growing up in Dupont, Illinois, a high school cheerleader that took up modeling and eventually became a Playboy Bunny.
We have your name, young lady?
Candy Collins.
You're a Playboy Bunny? That's right.
We caught up with her at one of her favorite Chicago hotspots, Gibson's Restaurant, a special location for her and her husband, Chuck.
This is where we came after we got engaged, Chuck and I.
So how does a young girl from Dupont, Illinois become a Playboy Bunny?
And I wound up being valedictorian in my class, so I was going to go to St. Louis University. I had a scholarship. And at the same time that I was going to go there, a girlfriend of mine said, Candace, they're hiring at the St. Louis Playboy Club. You should go over. And I said, oh, that's great. Because shortly after I became a bunny in St. Louis, I was asked to pose for Playboy, my first appearance in Playboy. And after they saw the photos in Chicago, they asked me if I'd move into the Playboy Mansion and started working at the Chicago Club. It was heady stuff. I was a centerfold in December '79. Before that, I did the Best Bunnies Pictorial in 1974. And then after that, 3 years ago, I was called back to recreate one of my covers. That was pretty interesting because that was like, 38 years later.
So you were just 19 years old when you became a Playboy Bunny, and then you moved into the mansion when you were 22 years old. What was that like?
But you could order room service 24 hours a day, butler service, lobster at 3 a.m., the bowling alley was open. It was just, it was like a fun house, really. And it was magnificent.
What did it cost you to live there?
$50 a month.
Jordan went on to appear in a life-size ad in Times Square and even snagged a small part in the film Risky Business with Tom Cruise.
And there were several girls from Chicago, quite frankly, that were in this movie, but I had lines.
She's a Renaissance woman, an avid collector of first-run books, including these. They were signed by author J.K. Rowling to her own father, who later auctioned them off. But no matter how much Candace has done or how far she's come, she remains proud of her Playboy connection, appearing in its pages as recently as last fall. She likes to quote the late Hugh Hefner, who once said, "Once a playmate, always a playmate." What did it feel like being a Playboy Bunny during the feminist movement? Did you have to answer to that?
One of the tenets of the feminist movement is the freedom to make your own choices. And that's exactly what I did when I posed for Playboy. Obviously nobody had a gun to my head. It was my own choice, and I reveled in it, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Sylvia Perez, Fox 32 News.